Hello, and welcome to the workshop Offer Evaluation and Negotiation, brought to you by the Graduate Business Career Center at the Carlson School of Management. Today we will be discussing the process of evaluating and negotiating a full-time job offer. Before you negotiate, it's important that you prioritize the elements of your offer package. What is most important to you at this point in your career? Consider short and long-term career goals, advancement opportunities, location, and company culture, in addition to overall compensation. Make sure you have all the information needed to fully evaluate the offer. When most people think about the negotiation process, they usually think about the monetary compensation first. Your overall compensation consists of a number of different elements. First, there's your base salary. When negotiating your offer, there's generally some room to negotiate a higher base salary, and this should always be your top priority when negotiating, because future salary increases will always be based on some percentage of that initial figure. Many offers will also come with an additional sign-on bonus, which may be negotiable in some cases. You may be able to negotiate when your next merit review occurs so that you're eligible for a merit increase before the annual review process takes place. Some companies also offer compensation in the form of stock options, and many companies will help pay for the cost of your relocation. All of these things can be fair game in the negotiation process. We recommend discussing the specific components of your offer with a GBCC career coach so that you can plan your negotiation strategy. There are other aspects of your total compensation package that you can keep in mind as well. Many companies offer their employees the option of participating in 401k and other savings and retirement plans. Be sure to think about the quality and cost of your health benefits, as these can vary greatly from one company to the next. Some companies also offer assistance with tuition and student loans should you decide to pursue further education. Finally, some companies may offer employee discounts and other perks that can really add up over the long term. Another thing to think about when evaluating your offer is your lifestyle. You may be able to negotiate additional vacation time, for example, or a flexible start date. More and more companies are offering their employees greater flexibility in working arrangements. Some companies may even provide assistance for spouses and domestic partners in finding employment in a new city. These are all good things to consider when making your final decision. You'll also want to think about the offer in terms of the impact that it can have on your career. Be sure you're comfortable with the level of responsibility that you'll be taking on in your new position, as well as the types of projects that you'll be assigned. You should also think about the different opportunities that will be available for your own training and professional development down the road. Geographic location is also something to consider, as cost of living and career opportunities can vary by region. Finally, travel requirements should be evaluated. Understand upfront how much travel will be expected in your new role, and carefully consider the impact for your career and life goals. Don't forget to gather information on all the other perks that go into the final offer. For example, many larger companies have on-site services such as daycare and workout facilities that are designed to help employees achieve greater work-life balance. Some companies have an on-site cafeteria where team members can take advantage of reduced prices on meals. Finally, don't forget to think about the importance of the overall working environment. You'll be spending at least 40 hours per week at your job, so these are all important things to consider. If you have decided to negotiate some aspect of your offer, be sure to have all of the necessary data to support your request for more than what has been offered. Salary statistics for your degree program can be found on the GBCC website or by talking to a career coach. Gather industry and company information using personal contacts and online resources. This information can be quite valuable in planning your negotiation strategy. In addition, salary and cost of living resources are mentioned at the end of this webinar for your reference. When planning to negotiate, always be prepared. Reminding the employer of your accomplishments and successes, as well as market data on competitive peer salaries, can be extremely helpful for the conversation. In the GBCC Career Guide, which is available in hard copy at our office and electronically on the intranet, you will find an offer evaluation matrix. Many candidates find this tool especially helpful when evaluating the big picture of their offer or offers. When it comes to salary discussions, be equipped with your rock bottom, fair, and ideal salary figures, and always keep the employer interests in mind. There are several key actions we recommend to take whenever an offer is extended. First, show sincere gratitude for the opportunity and reiterate your interest in the company and position. Second, request any additional information that may be missing. Did they mention a signing bonus? Who is covering the relocation costs, if that applies to your situation? Getting this information clarified up front will help as you consider the entire offer package. Finally, make sure that you receive the offer in writing. Often there are additional details regarding the offer included in the formal letter. These details are essential for you to review and evaluate to fully understand the whole offer. A common question of candidates is how to manage the decision-making timeline. After asking the employer when a decision is needed, we recommend the following steps. Arrange a time to discuss the details of the offer with the employer before the date your final decision is due. Communicate with any other companies you're interviewing with or awaiting decisions from. If you're still in process with other companies, we recommend that you let them know that you've received an offer from another company. Talk to a GBCC coach about your specific situation and how to communicate that information. Ask for an extension to the decision deadline if you need it, but keep in mind you should only ask once. Typical extensions range from a few days up to 2 weeks, depending on the employer and the position. Then you'll want to plan for your conversation in advance. Again, we recommend practicing the conversation first. You can role play with a career coach in the GBCC or with a trusted colleague, advisor, or mentor. This practice can be very helpful. Employers expect to have these discussions live, either by phone or face-to-face. Never attempt to negotiate an offer via email. Lastly, remember to start the discussion with appreciation and be mindful of your tone throughout the conversation. When it's time to have this important conversation with an employer, outline your requests one at a time. If you're asking for an increase to the base salary, do so first and back up your request with information to support it. Then, if additional negotiation is desired, move on to the other elements of the offer that you want to discuss or confirm. During your conversation, you may decide to accept or decline the new or existing terms. You should also thank them for the conversation. If you are not ready to communicate your decision, let them know that you will still do so by the agreed upon deadline. Of course, if any changes were made to your offer during this conversation, request an updated offer letter that reflects the changes that you discussed. To help you get ready for this important discussion, we want you to be prepared for some typical pushback from employers when candidates do try to negotiate. Be ready with a response should you find yourself in this situation. Again, a coach can help you think about how to respond to any of these comments. Not all students have the good fortune of obtaining multiple offers. However, it's important that you handle the situation as though you did. You need just as much preparation as if you had multiple offers, and you need to project confidence through the entire negotiation process. Regardless of how many offers you receive, you still have skills and experiences that the company wants. It's in their best interest to get you to say yes at this point. If you do find yourself in the position of having multiple offers, it's important that you clarify the terms of all offers, laying them side by side, and then revisiting your list of top priorities. Let an employer know that you're considering multiple offers, and once again express your gratitude and enthusiasm without coming across as bragging or arrogant. Also remember that it's not necessary to mention details of the offers you receive. Of course, it's not necessary to negotiate an offer, but it's helpful to remember reasons why it's to your advantage. For example, if an offer is not consistent with the industry research that you've conducted, you may want to go back to an employer with this information to strengthen your request for a better offer. You might also find that there are certain important elements of your job that are missing in an offer. Or, if you have multiple offers, you might find a wide range of salaries and bonuses. This information is generally good leveraging during negotiation. Once you've communicated your needs and desires, you will need to give the employer an opportunity to respond. This may take some time as the person you're working with may not have the final authority to make you a better offer. Once the employer comes back to you with a response, you should consider the negotiation process more or less over. Avoid a series of counteroffers and never introduce new terms or requests after the initial discussion. It's important to remember that they have needs and interests as well, so you need to be prepared to meet somewhere in the middle. Accepting a position is a verbal commitment. It is highly unprofessional to renege on an offer, and there can be unexpected consequences. Once you have accepted, either verbally or in writing, you are committed. At this point, you should cease all interview and negotiation activities with other companies. As a reminder, make sure the offer letter you sign and agree to incorporates any of the changes you may have discussed with the employer. If you are in a position to turn down a job offer, we recommend the following. If accepting another offer, be certain those details are set. Mention that another opportunity was a better fit for this stage of your career. Respond verbally and follow up in writing. Remain appreciative, positive, and professional throughout your interactions. You never know when your paths may cross again. Before we wrap up, let's review a few key tips. First and foremost, always express your enthusiasm and sincere interest in the position and the company. Consider stopping by the GBCC to talk through the offer and to role-play your approach until it feels comfortable. Remember, you shouldn't feel pressured to accept any offer immediately, and be sure that you get any additions to the offer included in a formal offer addendum. If you end up successfully negotiating what you asked for, then you need to be prepared to accept or reject the offer based on that information. There's no going back to ask for more. Be sure to think about the long term. Too many people focus solely on the base salary and signing bonuses when evaluating their offers and forget about other important criteria. Finally, have confidence in yourself. You have a strong set of skills and experiences that you bring to the table, and they ultimately want you to accept their offer. If you would like further assistance or consultation, you can set up a negotiation discussion with a GBCC coach. It's helpful if you have your offer in writing, along with any supporting documents. Before your appointment, email the specifics of your offer as well as any questions you may have so that we can be sure to provide you with the best consultation possible. There are a number of online resources that you can use to gather helpful information for evaluating an offer. GBCC coaches would be happy to point you in the right direction to help you gather the data that you need. Finally, the GBCC also has a number of useful books that can help you generate speaking points and polish your approach. We hope that you've enjoyed this webinar on evaluating and negotiating offers. If you have any questions or require additional follow-up, please call the GBCC at 612-624-0011 or email us at gbccmail@umn.edu. Thank you.